I noticed that in your material you gave me that you talk about the Stark County Fairgrounds and the Horse Show Arena project. And I'm not opposed to that. I just don't think it goes far enough. I think that's a magnificent area there, and it's I don't think it's actually in the city of Canton, is it?
Actually, it is.
Is it, though? Not part of it in Canton Township?
Well, some of it is, and some of it isn't, but some of it's in the city
Okay.
of Canton.
But my take on that, and if you're familiar with the project down in Clark County, they've taken their fairgrounds and made it into a magnificent facility. I think we can do even better in Stark County.
Well, I believe so too.
Yeah, and why can't our leaders start thinking in terms of putting together a bond effort to go, those fairground buildings are falling apart.
I think that, number one, the city doesn't own those fairground buildings, although part of it's in the city.
But you're the ideal guy because you want to work with other entities.
I do want to work with other entities, and I'm more than willing to help put that together. But I want to sit here and especially the people that watch you. I have 3 daughters. My 3 daughters participated in swimming, tennis, gymnastics, equestrian. I can't begin to tell you the amount of money that I spent going to other communities for hotels, for food, for entertainment, based on all 4 of those things that I just rattled off. You're taking one small segment of my proposal and you're not blending out the whole thing. The people that go to these various other communities for whatever reason, whether it's for their kids, whether it's for as adults doing other things, they spend a ton of money. This is not money that's generated from within us, but that's money that's coming from outside. That's the kind of money that we need. When I talk about the Jackson Township proposal, I talk about working together with other communities into getting money. You know, Rolls-Royce is talking about taking that 26.4 acres off of Shufel Road. There are other entities that have already felled out with Jackson Township and our Economic Development Department of making some moves into that green area up there. And there are entities from outside this community, not entities from moving from inside. So I think that when you talk about the equestrian proposal, when you talk about the Jackson Township proposal, and you talk about Faircrest South proposal, you're talking in a lot of instances money coming from outside this county that's coming in. The reason that I chose to highlight that one specific little point was because that's money that can come in from an outside area. I have personal knowledge of having to put up money for hotels, entertainment, and food, of going to those things with those 3 girls of mine.
Well, I understand that, and I think those are valid points. But my response to that is that whatever's done at the Stark County Fairgrounds has to be, and this is an overstatement, but 365 days, 24/7 operation in terms of activities and events. And so don't get me wrong, I'm not against the Horseshoe Arena. It just is way too small for the potential of those grounds and those facilities.
Were you at the Harmon Flower Show, Mark?
Not this year. I have been in the past.
But it's one small step in that fairground.
Okay.
Have you been to the golf show there? It's one small step in those fairgrounds. You know, the county fair board runs what goes on in that fairgrounds.
Right.
They depend on the county commissioners, rightfully or wrongfully, and I saw this in your blog, when they were there begging for money to try to get things fixed up there. We're going down and asking other entities to help contribute that, to make that more of a 365-day event. When you have the Stark County Fair is only there, let's face it, even if you count tear down and set up, it's only there for 2 weeks.
Right.
So everybody's looking for more outside things to come in. I think, unfortunately, a home and flower show is outside and inside because of the competition with Cleveland for their home and flower show. I think a golf show, same thing. A lot of it's more inside than outside because of the competition with the golf show at the IX Center, and I've been to it before. I think what we're looking for here, again, and I've got to stress this, we're looking for fresh, new money to come into this community. And that's what the important part of helping generate the dollars that we need will be dollars coming from the outside and not necessarily depending on all the dollars coming from the inside.
Well, let me go back again to the Horseshoe Arena, and I want to press you on this. Are you open to pushing for an expansion of that particular project into something much bigger and much more comprehensive that could embrace the Stark County Fair, just the 2 weeks a year, but with up-to-date facilities and buildings and things like that?
I'm open to anything at this point in time. You will never see me close my mind and say, this will never work. I'm willing to at least investigate it before I make that statement of this will never work.